Hey, what is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I be, the good doc, Dr. Mike TV, back again. Once again, you already know what it is. First time to the channel, guys. Make sure you subscribe, notify, do all the good things to make yourself well versed in the good docs content. Everything you should need to know about me shall be listed in the link in the description area below. Now, my inquisitive mind seems to always get the best of me. And I was thinking the other day, what group of foreigners are traveling the most to the Philippines? Now, in my mind, I always knew that foreigners from the United States were traveling to the Philippines. And I know this because of my experiences there. But I always wondered, where did we actually rank in reference to the rank of foreigners traveling to the country? Are we within the top 5? Are we within the top 2? Are we within the top 3? It always bothered me. And the reason that it did is because I often think about the evolution of travel or the evolution of expats that choose to travel to the Philippines. Now, you have a lot of former military guys who spent their time in the Philippines while they were enlisted or while they were still serving in their respective branches. But and I know that that brought a lot of them to the country. But is the United States still number one, ladies and gentlemen? That is where this particular topic of conversation came about. And with that, I definitely want to share with you this list, courtesy of Statista, something like that. All right, so that you guys can get an idea of what country is actually traveling the most to the Philippines right now. So on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of Statista, the leading source countries of foreign tourists arriving in the Philippines. And this was as recent as 2020. We have none other than South Korea at the top. Now, I can respect that. South Korea, it's a whole lot closer than the United States is. And as I've told you guys before, even with my own eyes, I've been seeing a lot of influx with my time spent in the Philippines when I was there. I saw a large influx of Koreans coming in, and ideally, of course, you know that they're coming from South Korea. I saw a lot of them coming into the country as well, but I did not know that they were actually number one. I figured the United States might be close to the top, and rightfully so. They come in at a close number 2 after South Korea, after which you have China, Japan, Australia, Canada, Taiwan, people from the United Kingdom, India, Germany, and then France rounds out the top listed countries of foreigners traveling to the Philippines right now. So let's talk about the evolution of the expat traveler. I was praying that I could find like a list of what the numbers were like before, and I think the only way I'm going to be able to actually do that, this reference is in the description area below, is if I type in the most foreigners coming into the Philippines during a certain date, time, and year. Like, okay, what foreigner was the top one? And we'll even do that. Matter of fact, I'll do it right now while we're online. Which country travels the most foreigners to the Philippines in 2000? I'm gonna see if Statista comes up again, see if we can get that in. If it doesn't, then we'll probably just have to let it be what it's gonna be. Traveling in the 2020s, it may not tell me what group of foreigners were traveling the most to the Philippines in 2020. Wikipedia is not necessarily the most reliable source, so I'm not going to sit there and take what they say as word as bond, because it seems as though they're just talking about the influx of foreigners in general, not necessarily which particular foreign group was traveling the most. All right, so I wanted to just try to reflect on the group of people I was seeing the most when the first time I actually got to the Philippines. Now, I would say that the group of individuals that I was seeing the most of back when I first touched down in the Philippines in 2005, hardly any, to be honest with you. I want to say American, but I don't think that it was true. Because, I mean, you got to understand, I was in Davao, and Davao was not a heavily traveled, populated area. at that time in reference to foreigners. But in Manila, when I was there, of course, I would see a lot of Americans. And I think a couple of European guys I do remember distinctly. And I'm talking about guys that I actually met and guys that I saw in the mall and had conversations with. But ideally, South Korea was not at the top of that list back then. I often think about why are Koreans or South Koreans choosing to come to the Philippines in the massive droves that they are right now. And from the ones that I did talk to when I was spending some time in Cebu, a lot of them are going there for English. Like they're in Cebu, apparently there's this good English school that was what a lot of them were going into the country for as well. I can't remember any of the other thing. Actually, no, a lot of people were choosing to set up a new life for themselves in the Philippines too. And it was weird though, because when I had a conversation with one of my South Korean friends, because I knew him, I knew him pretty well. He was like, a lot of them are choosing to migrate to the Philippines now. Like, and I mean like migrate, you mean just literally pick up their lives and come to a whole different country and live. And I was like, he's like, yeah. And I said, wow, that's interesting. I mean, you have a lot of us foreigners, Americans more specifically, that have opted to say, you know what, when it's my time to punch that ticket, I'm moving out of the United States and I'm going to potentially choose to live in the Philippines as well. So it's not as if it's a foreign concept to me or a foreign concept for an expat traveler to be looking to set a life for themselves in the Philippines. But I guess for me, it was a little bit mind-boggling that South Koreans were choosing to do the same. Maybe I'm missing something, but what I do know, ladies and gentlemen, is South Koreans have officially taken over. No big surprise here, no big whoop. I would have thought that China would have outpaced us in tourism, considering, like I said, these countries are a whole lot closer than we are, guys. China, Japan, South Korea, these countries are a lot closer, but still the United States ranks in the top 2 foreign influx into the country. And because of this, it does raise the question that I will ask you guys. And you can debate on it however you choose to, man. You can have at it like a crack addict, but is the Philippines a country that is first come, first serve? I repeat, is the Philippines a country that is first come, first serve? First foreigner in gets all the goodies. First foreigner in gets all the goodies. What do you guys think, man? That is what I want you guys to answer in the comment section below. But what I want you to keep in mind is this, and I say this time and time again, because I want you to never allow yourself to be disheartened by anything that somebody else may say, myself included. Understand that, smart boy. Understand that when it comes down to it, there's always somebody for everybody in the Philippines. I don't care where you're from. Don't care what your nationality is. Everybody can find something in the Philippines. Granted, whether you agree or disagree with it being a first come, first serve, there's always somebody in the background, like maybe they didn't put that dish out on the buffet right now. That dish is just in the back, just waiting to be put out. There's always a couple of, young ladies that may be overlooked as a result of. So when I tell you that there is a lady for everybody in the Philippines, you bet your bottom dollar on it that is 100% true. Okay? And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just want to do a quick one real quick because I was curious to see the foreigners that were traveling to the Philippines the most. I kind of felt the United States would be towards the top, like I said. I just didn't know if they were number 1. In 2020, it looks like they ranked in number 2. In Filipina, or I'm sorry, in Tagalog, that is dalawa. All right. So South Korean, isa. United States, dalawa. All right. So again, guys, let me know what you guys think, man. Just something I just wanted to bring to the table, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely make sure you drop that like. Don't play games with the like button. It's free. And if you guys want to support, little heart in the corner somewhere. If you want to thank the good dog, throw a little $2 on the book. Highly appreciate it. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay true, man. And with that being said, Good Doc is officially out. At least Nako 11, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahakita. Bye-bye. Peace.